Yo, it's your man's BigDaddy Ruffneck. You're tuned into the Gary Brugman podcast. Prepare to be entertained.
Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 79 of the Gary Brugman podcast. It's been a busy week. I figured I owed you a podcast, so let's go ahead and hold on to something tight because we're going to be bouncing off some guardrails today. So let's get to it. Hey everybody, welcome to the Gary Brugman podcast. It's going to be a short one today. I'm kind of running solo here. BigDaddy Ruffneck's got some things going on, and we need prayers for him. And he's staying strong and pushing forward, but the man's hurting, so let's keep him in your prayers, and let's not forget about him during this time. He's a good dude. I love him to death. He's my bro. He saved my ass, and I definitely want to keep him around for a long time. Want to dedicate this podcast to a couple of people. I may have dedicated the podcast to them before, but these are two people that have been in my life, and they've managed to managed to get me to where I am today. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for them. They're incredible people, and I want to dedicate this one to Ed and Nina Hendy. Ed and Nina Hendy from Houston, Texas. I love you guys. You guys have made a big difference in my life. I wouldn't be where I'm at without you, and I love you all to death. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. This episode's for you. What else I got going on today? I just had glasses in my... here we go. I need glasses to find my glasses. So I want to thank Hero Soap Company. Remember, Hero Soap Company out of Phoenix, Arizona. They are a American and veteran-owned company. Everything that they source for their soaps, to their scrubs, to their merchandise, all the cottons, everything is sourced from companies right here in the good old U.S. of A. And they give back to veteran organizations. And when you go ahead and you go to their website, which is Hero Soap Company, use a promo code HONOR FIRST, HONOR, HONOR FIRST, HONOR FIRST for 10% off every single order, not just one order, off of every single order. So go ahead and do that. And remember, tell them you heard it on the Gary Brugman podcast. And also, I want to thank Active Carry for all your first aid and med kit needs. Check out Active Carry Tech. That's activecarrytec.com, activecarrytech.com, or check out Active Carry or Active Carry Nation on Instagram, and they'll hook you right up, man. They got the best med kits and IFAKs, and I fucking love everything that they make, man. So thank you, Active Carry, for everything. Check them out. Don't have a promo code for them yet, but we're working on it. Hopefully we'll get one soon. Let them know you heard them on the podcast. So getting into a gear today again. BigDaddy Ruffneck has had a rough time, so he's got some cancer he's fighting, and he's trying everything. And he got rushed to the hospital last week with some blood clots. So we need to make sure that he's going to be okay. And it's all in God's hands from here. So let's go ahead and say some prayers for him and keep him on our prayer list. Get you prayer warriors out there moving. So let's go ahead and do that. And I just had some prostate surgery myself, and they found some stuff in there, and it actually came back positive. And they said it was the beginning stages of cancer. That's the very beginning. So they feel confident that they got it all, and I'm good. I'm good with God about it. I go back in a couple of months. They're gonna check it out, make sure I'm still clear, and we'll take it from there. They told me to do what I want, eat what I want, drink what I want. So if the doctors ain't worried, why would I be worried, right? So that's where I'm at. But it's a scary thing because, the shit comes out of nowhere, and you don't know what's going on. And in Big Daddy's case, he's got major family. He's got, his kids, his wife, and his dogs, which are a part of his family. But me, I've got I've got my son. He lives in Austin. Barely see him. You know, my elderly mom, and that's about it. I got nobody else. You know, I got nobody else, and that's about it. I got my stepdaughters, but, you know, I'm sure they'd be fine if I weren't around. But that's neither here nor there because I ain't going anywhere. But I'm just saying, he's got a lot of family. I don't really have much, but we need to keep his spirits up. So this past weekend, I ended up going to celebrate a birthday party for some friends of mine in Missouri, in Ridgedale, Missouri, and this place is called the Big Cedar Lodge. Wow, what a place that is! What an incredible place that is, and I would never have been there had they not had that party there because I have never heard of it, and I probably would never have gone. But what an experience! What an incredible place! If y'all can afford it, I recommend everybody go check out Big Cedar Lodge. It's owned by the Bass Pro Shops, and man, it's just an incredible. It's a resort, but it's like a resort for grown-ups. I mean, there's plenty of kid activities too, but you know, it's a resort for grown-ups, and it's pretty high speed. It's pretty cool. I had a really good time, and it's one of those places that you can only dream of. I mean, the attention to detail that there is in this place and the history that's there is just pretty awesome. And the way that they do it, I mean, I had a log cabin all to myself, and it was fantastic. It was fantastic, you know. I don't know if y'all saw the news today, but the border crisis continues. The border crisis continues. It hasn't lightened up. It's not getting any better. So, y'all excuse me, I'm pouring myself a Jameson. Check it out. Right there. The border crisis hasn't gotten any better. And we're still getting illegal aliens by the thousands a day. Yesterday in the Rio Grande Valley, they caught over 2,000 that apprehended. Just at the Laredo checkpoint today, they've caught over 160 in two separate truck incidents. There was one truck that had 100 illegal aliens in them. 8 of them were children. 7 of them were unaccompanied. And then they caught another truck with like another 60 or something. The driver tried to get away in the first incident, but didn't get very far. Border Patrol got his ass. But, you know, these people are leaving their countries and coming here. And now I read that Kamala Harris is trying to introduce a bill where everybody who was deported under the Trump administration can reapply for citizenship. What the fuck is wrong with these people? What the hell is going on? Are they fucking stupid? They got deported for a reason. If you've been deported, you're technically not allowed to come back into the country for 5 years. You know? I mean, period. And I mean, it's insane. Why are they going to these extremes of trying to get all these people into the country? For the votes? Does it go beyond that, or is it just straight up for the votes? What are you thinking? I don't know. You know, it just seems like there's too much bullshit that they're doing, and I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it one bit. But there was a video of a child, a little boy whose parents left him at the border. I don't know if y'all have seen that. There was a video of a little boy that got left at the border, and this kid is crying for his parents to come back. He's screaming, "No, no, no, don't leave me. Don't leave me." I don't know the age of the kid, but I think they said he was like 7 or 8 years old. He could have been younger. I don't know. But y'all really need to check this out. He's yelling for his parents not to leave. No se vayan. Don't leave. Don't leave. No me dejen. Don't leave me here. I mean, the kid screaming at the top of his lungs. And if you watch the video, they just left him on the riverbank. They just left him. The fuck is wrong with these people? What the fuck is wrong with these people? I mean, do they have no morals? Are they that insane, leaving a child at the border screaming and yelling? I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, when I was a Border Patrol agent, I went to work one day. And this was before the cameras, before a lot of things. This was like in 1999. And I was going to be the duty officer that day, which means I stayed in the office and I ran the station and made sure everybody got processed and answered the phones and handled whatever dilemmas came up, right? So I'm sitting in there and I've got a camera operator, and I'm sitting there, and I was working a midnight shift, so I got there. It was around midnight, and I keep hearing this noise. And I'm like, what the fuck is that noise? And I keep walking around, and I'm asking, what's that noise? And they're like, oh, it's the kids. After like 10, 15 minutes, it's freaking me out. I'm like, what kids? And they're like, oh, they're under the desk over there. And I looked, and I hadn't noticed it before, but there's two little kids. One was like 2.5 years old. The other one was like almost 4. And they were curled up together under a blanket into a ball under the desk. And I said, why are these kids here? And they said, the tanks are too full. There's nowhere to safely leave them. So the supervisor said to let them sleep there on top of a blanket and cover them up under the desk and here with us. And I was like, where's their parents? Their parents abandoned them in the brush. Anybody who's ever been in the brush in South Texas, especially down in the Badlands and Eagle Pass area, Del Rio sector, I mean, there's rattlesnakes, mountain lions, bobcats. I mean, you know, all kinds of stuff. Not to mention smugglers and people running through the brush everywhere. I mean, these kids were abandoned, 2.5 and 4 years old. Left there. It pissed me off so bad. I wanted to just find their parents, and I never did. So we turned them over to the Mexican consulate the next morning. But, I mean, these kids just get left there for granted, and I don't understand. I don't understand it. I can't understand it. How people could do that to kids. But, you know, our country is being invaded. And the people still coming. Biden has decided that he's going to reverse every policy that there is, the stay in Mexico policy and every single other one that Trump did that stopped. I mean, we had caravans come in when Trump was here because they said that they were going to come in, and nope, hardly anybody. Some made it. They were apprehended, deported, you know, but Right now, it's just a free-for-all. Right now, it's just a damn free-for-all. Hold on. I want to take a drink to my Border Patrol. Some good Jameson right there. To my brothers in green, brothers and sisters in green, my Border Patrol brethren, honor first. Thank you for your service. Me in green forever. Nothing puts the panic back in Hispanic like the U.S. Border Patrol. Anyway, yeah, and it's just the cartels are making millions of dollars a day. Millions of dollars a day off of these people coming across. They're extorting these people. You know, normally when somebody crosses the Rio Grande, they got to pay a tax to the smugglers, which are usually the cartel members. Watered down, you know, that somebody pays somebody to pay somebody. But normally, if you're a Mexican, normally you pay anywhere between $5, $10, $20 to cross the river. If you're an exotic, an OTM, let's say from El Salvador, that price usually goes up to $1,000. If you're a real exotic from like Bosnia or Chile or Lithuania, anything like that, anything that's not Central American country, your price usually goes up to $5,000. Yep. I've seen it with my own eyes. We caught some Albanians that were coming through back during the Bosnia wars, and they told me that they had to pay the smugglers. I asked them how much they paid them. They said $5,000. I was like, each? They were like, all together? They were like, no, each. And I was like, they pay $5 to cross the river? And they were like, what? And yep, $5 across the river, and they screwed these people out of almost $25,000. And they get the money. They've come that far. They get the money. They have money wired, or they have cash with them. I've apprehended exotics who have up to $10,000 with them, sometimes more. But yeah, it's just a big business, and our Border Patrol agents, they're tired. They are fucking tired of this bullshit, because all they are babysitters now. Still getting paid good money, but who wants to, feed babies? It's not a bad thing. Kids needs to eat, but that's not my job. All right? And the reason the Border Patrol is so overwhelmed right now is because, the Border Patrol isn't designed to do what it's doing right now. The Border Patrol is designed to catch illegal aliens, hold them for up to 72 hours, which would be a weekend until they see, the judge, or go to court, and then they get deported, voluntarily returned, or they go to jail. But they're out of our custody, 72 hours max. That's what they're designed to do. We have holding cells. We don't have, corrections facilities. We're not corrections officers. We're not corrections cops. Where's detentions during all this? That's not what the Border Patrol is meant to do. But they get all the blame for having kids on top of kids and having them in bubbles or in cages or whatnot. That's not what we're designed to do. We're patrol agents. We're not correctional officers. Big difference. We're doing a job that we're not designed to do. So, keep that in mind before y'all go freaking trashing the Border Patrol there, CNN or freaking MSNBC. But they're tired, and a lot of units are being called in from their areas of assignment. For example, Borstar out in Tucson, they usually run up the highways and work the interior and go chase people through the mountains that need their help. They can't do that because they're called back to work with the line agents. Not that working with line agents is bad. I was a line agent for many years, but that's not their job. They're an elite unit. They have a specialty, and they can't even do that. Up on just towards the interior, I think it's Highway 8 or something like that in Tucson. DPS, Arizona DPS, and the sheriff's office are trying to stop vehicles on this highway, and they're loaded with illegal aliens, and they're bailing out through the fences. And there's no Border Patrol to assist them. These guys, with all due respect to our law enforcement officers, sheriffs, police, troopers, they're not going to go running through the brush because, once again, it's not their job. And they're outnumbered, and they're not used to doing that kind of work. That's not what they get paid for. That's what we get paid for, but we're not there doing it because we're on the line, working family units. Border Patrol's tired, man. This shit needs to stop. How do we stop it? I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. But it's along the lines of chaos. And if we don't stop it, our economy is going to fall. The crime has gone up everywhere. New York City is insane right now. Los Angeles, Detroit, Chicago, everything's going crazy right now with crime ridden everywhere. Prices of everything's going up. We can thank the administration for that too. Right now, if you're going to buy a house, it's going to cost you around $37,000 to $40,000 more because of the price of lumber. Look what they did to the pipeline a few weeks ago by hacking it. Now they're hacking JBS, the largest meat packing facility in the country. All right, so now the prices of meat's going to go up. I mean, what else is going to happen? You know, TJ says he don't believe it's Russia. He believes it's our own country. I would hate to think that. I don't doubt it. Wouldn't put it past him. But I would hate to think that our own country is actually doing that to us. But who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows what's happening these days? But I like facts, and I don't have those facts, but I don't doubt it for a minute that it would be our country. I don't want to think that it is. You know, what do you think, Dave DeVito? What do you think it is? You know, shoot me a text when you hear this. I mean, this won't be out tonight, but shoot me a text when you hear it. Tell me what you think is happening in this country. All of y'all, you know, get on my Instagram, Gary.Brugman, and shoot me a DM. Let me know what you think. You know, I'd love to hear your opinions. I'm going to work it where I can get a hotline here going one day so I can take some calls and work that out, but I'm not there yet. I'm glad we got this podcast back up and going. I figured I owed you a podcast, so here we go. What else we got? You know, I was watching the news today, and I was reading the ticker tape that runs across the bottom. And, you know, it's kind of interesting, the shit that runs through there that they don't even talk about. But I saw this one thing, and it caught my attention. I had to stay there till it ran by again. And it says that the Chinese media is urging they prepare for a nuclear war with the United States. Anybody heard that in the news? I just saw it, and I don't get it. Why would they? I mean, why would that not be in the news just other than the ticker tape? Could it be just hearsay? Could it be what? I mean, shit. I wouldn't put it past China. China is a evil country. It's a communist country. They've always been the bad guys, and they're not getting any fucking better. They're not getting any better at all. So I don't doubt one bit that that's true. But how do we prepare for that? How do we prepare for that? A nuclear war. How do we prepare for that? I mean, I've got some food stuff set aside, you know. I've got some water set aside. I mean, I'm ready to bug out, you know, but I'm not ready for a freaking nuclear war. Who is? Who's ready for that? You know, everything that the Bible says is supposed to happen is happening little by little. I don't know if we're going to be alive to see the rapture. I hope for my kids' sakes that I would be around when it happened. I'd hate for my kids to go through this alone without me. But again, that's beyond my control. But it's a scary thing to think that we're coming to a nuclear war. You know, everybody talks all big and bad, and we're the 3%ers, and you know we're stocking up on ammo, and you know they don't even know what they're ready. I mean, if they come in a conventional war, I kind of agree. They don't know what they're getting into. You know, if you see parachutes dropping out of the skies and a bunch of little Koreans attached to them, you know, like in that new Red Dawn remake, you know, I mean. It's a whole different story because we are a very well-armed nation. But nuclear war, dropping a fucking bomb on us? Who's ready for that? I'm not. I'll tell you what, shit ton of Japanese weren't ready for it, you know, back in the 1940s. They weren't ready for that shit. That's devastation, man. I don't know. I don't know what to think. All I know is that this country is upside down. This whole fucking planet is upside down. And what's crazy is it started getting upside down once Donald Trump wasn't there anymore. Have you noticed that? I mean, around the world, everything was quiet for 4 years. North Korea was quiet. Now we find out they've bought 2 tankers, you know, to get around the sanctions, you know. China was quiet because they had sanctions on them. You know, they weren't happy about shit, but they were pretty much quiet. Iran was still talking a bunch of shit, but we had sanctions on them. You know, they weren't doing nothing. But But now everybody's acting up. Now Hamas starts shooting rockets at Israel. You know, now the opposition parties in Israel are teaming up to unseat Netanyahu, to unseat Bibi Netanyahu. Well, I wonder where they learned that. Could that have been a lesson that was taught to them by the freaking Democrats? Because it sounds like something they would do, if you ask me. Sounds exactly like something they would do. I need another drink. Hold on. You know, we're hardworking Americans, and we love our country. And you know, I know everybody makes a joke about world peace. I want world peace. I want the whole world to live in fucking harmony, you know. But I'm a realist. I know I've looked evil in its eye. I've had freaking bad things happen to me. I've seen bad things happen to people. I know the evil that's out there in the world, all right? So I'm a realist. I know it's probably not going to happen. But in a perfect world, all live together in peace and harmony. That's what we want. But us being proud Americans, we try to be the world police, and we try to be the example. And, you know, we have such freedoms and liberties in this country that everybody fucking takes them for granted. Everything. You know, the First Amendment, Second Amendment, I mean, everything. I lost my Second Amendment rights for 20 years. I lost my rights to vote for 20 fucking years. All right? For 20 years, I was a fucking felon. For 20 years, I was a felon. You know, I had that lingering up here. You know, it was a big disability in my life, in my career. And then you got people that are just burning down buildings and burning down cities and destroying this and attacking each other. The fuck is wrong with you people? What the fuck is wrong with you people? You know, I know what it is. I know exactly what it is. Your mothers raised you wrong. Your mothers raised you wrong. It's exactly because they were raised wrong. You know, my generation, we were taught to respect our elders, to respect the police, to fear God. You know, my generation, we stand up when a lady leaves the table. We open the car doors and front doors for women. We respect women. There's two genders. Male and female. Stupid. That's it. Nothing else. I mean, those of you that think that there's more, we're raised wrong. Nothing else to it. You're raised wrong. Plain and simple. You're a bunch of fucking idiots. And you're turning this country upside down. You're destroying every single thing that is the United States of America. Kids, I mean, y'all been following this? Kids are being taught at 6 years old how to masturbate. 6 years old. God forbid I find out a freaking teacher teaching this to my daughter. I mean, y'all are really fucking stupid in this country right now because you live in the best country that there is. Is there racism? There's always been racism. Time to drink. Hold on. Hey, a toast to ending racism. There's always been racism in this country. There's racism everywhere. But you know what? Look at other countries. All right? If you're homosexual, they will stone you. They will kill you. They will burn you. All right? You're allowed to be that here. I don't care what you are. You know, when you're 18 years old, you can decide whatever the fuck you're going to be. You can be a man, you can be a woman, you can be a fucking goat. I don't care. All right? But when you're a child, you don't have that choice. All right? I'm going to be 55 years old. And when I was 35, I thought I had all the answers. Not to mention when I was 21, when I was even smarter. And when I was 12, I was fucking brilliant. You don't know shit. You learn all the time. I'm still learning. I still don't know what the hell I'm doing. And I think I've done pretty damn good. Because nobody knows what the future has. There's 2 genders. That's it. Y'all get me fired up. But we need to, Biden said he was going to be the administration of unity. Unity. Motherfuckers cause more divide than even his predecessor Obama. Which is actually, I think, where a lot of this started. It's sad to think. It's sad to think that the best nation, the best country in the world, a nation such as ours, is falling apart, and that our government is leading it. Yeah. Yep. It's being led by our government, by the Democrats. Can you believe that shit? I mean, look at what Pelosi's doing. The Democrats don't even care that to hide it anymore. They have the House, they have the Senate, they have the White House. So they control everything. They can do what they want. But the Republicans, when they have all 3, they're like, oh, I don't know, let's listen to the Democrats. That's the problem right there. That's one big problem right there. And I'll tell you what, all right? I used to think that everybody was entitled to their opinion, because nobody's going to agree. You have the lefties, you have the right wing, you have the liberals, conservative, Democrats, Republicans, whatever the fuck you want to call them, right? Okay? And I believe that everybody's entitled to their own opinion. You don't agree, you're entitled to have an opinion on the other side, and that's what makes the country go round. Found out what makes the world go round. That's it, right? No. With as stupid as the Republicans are, the GOP is sometimes, and as conniving as the Democrats are, and just sometimes pure evil, I have really come to despise the Democratic Party. Not in individuals, because a lot of my friends are still Democrats, and, we don't agree on politics, but we're still really good friends, and I love them to death. That's neither here nor there. But just in general, I really, really, really despise the Democratic Party these days, because I've come to realize that they're just a whole shit ton of fucking evil. They're bad people that want the wrong thing for this country. You know what? Like, right now, everybody's pushing gay pride. I don't give a shit. Hey, gay pride, all right? That doesn't affect me here or there. But I tell you what, I was with my son in a club up in Austin a couple of months ago, and there was a couple of gay people there, and this one small black kid come up, was like, hey, you, where'd you come from? And he freaking come up and he put his arms around me and moved in on me, and I grabbed him and I freaking threw him back. I said, don't you even fucking dare. You want to go around and hop along and be, whatever the fuck you are, you little fucking ballerina, go ahead, that's fine. Don't affect me none. Don't you ever come up to me like that and fucking put your arms around me, because I will put you on your ass. You get it? Live your life. Stay out of my space. Plain and simple. I don't get in yours, you don't get in mine. All right? But the thing is, there's right and wrong. And people know what right and wrong is, but they don't believe, they don't care. I don't know. I know right and wrong, and I can't do wrong. I can't do wrong. I like living on the side of the law. I like living on the side of God. I like staying on the path of righteousness. I'm not perfect by any means, and I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else, because I'm not. But I live my life in a way that I try to do that, and I don't always do it. And I'm not saying that, but I try my damn best to do the right thing and stay on the right path. And I've been broken. I've been heartbroken. And I'm still unfucking myself from a whole bunch of stuff that's happened to me. But I still try to do the right thing. That's what everybody needs to do, because we're all Americans. We're all a nation. One nation under God. Indivisible. Amazing, huh? Indivisible. With liberty and justice for all. I don't know what else to say. I mean, that's what our country was based on. So, but anyway, I'm getting too deep into that, but yeah, I mean, we're in a bad state right now. So we need we need to just hold each other up high. Be a good human being. Be a good human being. I need another drink. Y'all stressing me out. Yep, all of y'all. Carrie, don't be starting your shit. I know it. I'll be getting freaking messages all day long. Well, you're right. You're this. You're that. Oh boy, here we go. So, I've been exercising my right to bear arms quite a bit lately. I've been hitting the range, a bunch of different ranges. I've been putting some lead down range, trying to get my marksman skills back up. I'm trying to get good enough, and I just had surgery, prostate surgery. So June 7th is my green light day, so I'll be able to start working out and try to get myself ready to start competing in the tactical games. That's one of my goals. I want to get into the tactical games, and so I've been putting some lead down range. Got a nice couple of nice 5.56. Got a Glock 45. Got some gear getting ready to put together. So I'm looking forward to that. It's amazing just the power of being on range and putting lead down range. Just the relief that it is and the de-stressor that it is. I hadn't shot the way that I used to shoot in a long time, and it's one of the things that I missed. And also, the camaraderie that exists among the gun community is fantastic. I've made a lot of friends in the past few months that have been looking out for me, and I look forward to seeing them again at other shooting events, and it's been pretty awesome, man. I went to a Texas Range Day, and that was really freaking cool. It's by invitation only, and I'm hoping there's going to be a 2022. Not sure it's going to happen, but I'm hoping there is. But I mean, there were great people there. Cobalt Kinetic, Sons of Liberty, Facts and Firearms, Wit Machine, Blackwater Actual. Who else was there? Right On Optics, Zev, Vortex. I think Vortex was there. Yeah, I don't remember. But, man, shooting all day long. Wooks was there. TWC Holsters. It was such a great event, man. Crispy Orange Julie from Israel was there. Crispy 11 Bravo, my bro Omar. Dextron 3 showed up. Rudy Reyes was there. Defender Outdoors. I mean, it was such a great day. And I was proud to be a part of it. And thanks, Jack, for having me out there. Texas Range Day. Whiskey Savage Media, ladies and gentlemen. Go check them out. They're fucking awesome. My bro Jack invited me out, and it was a good time. Really, really, really good time. That one hurt. But ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time for me to get going. I'm gonna leave this one right here, and I will be back soon. I got some guests coming up, some good guests, man. I got a buddy of mine, Morgan Lorette. Morgan Lorette wrote a book called Welcome to Blackwater. Money, Mayhem. What is it? Money, Mayhem. No, wait. Mayhem, Mercenaries, and money. Some shit like that in Iraq. It's a great book. I was reading it. I haven't finished it. I want to finish it before I get him on the show. But it's a great book. If you haven't read it, read it. Welcome to Blackwater. And I'm gonna try to have him. Then I'm gonna try to have him back with my buddy John 1513, John St. Nick, who wrote John 1513. So they know each other, and that's gonna be a good time. And I also got a friend, Crystal, from Canine Line that I'm going to have on here soon. I should have had her on here already, but my schedule's been kind of full, and I've been traveling, doing some stuff, and doing some speaking events. Tomorrow night, I will be in, well, you won't be hearing this, but I'll be in Allen, Texas. Or maybe I'll just put this out tonight. Yeah, I'll be in Allen, Texas, June 3rd at the Delta Hotel by Marriott, and I will be doing a little speaking event there, just short little speaking event, with the Collin County Conservative Republicans Association. They invited me out there to do a little speech, tell my little testimony, and I will be introducing the one and future governor of Texas, Mr. Chad Prather, will be there. And, yeah, it's going to be a good time. So if you're anywhere near Allen, Texas, tomorrow night, June 3rd, event starts at 7 p.m. I think tickets are $20. I'm not sure, but check it out. And, yeah, so, you know, been doing some things. All right, so let's go ahead and roll out. I will catch you all soon. I'll put another podcast out as soon as I can. I know y'all been waiting for this. I miss y'all. I love y'all. Let's do this. Well, that concludes this episode of the Gary Brugman podcast. Y'all be safe out there. Stay safe. Stay vigilant. Be savage. All right? God, Texas, and honor first. Love y'all. Talk to y'all soon.